Oh my God, did I tell you what happened with our pictures?
Oh, what happened, dude?
Why?
Well, because you told me that you hadn't gotten them yet.
Oh, what happened, dude?
But you're telling me, I'm guessing something bad happened, right?
No, it was just
Oh,
like, it was rude of the guy, like, because we treated him really nice.
dude, you did, and he was drinking and everything. I saw him.
Like, we
I
treated
looked at
him
him.
like, I was like, you know what, you're going to be a guest and, go ahead and, order whatever. We got him everything. So I didn't think we were like mean at all. We were very accommodating. We were real
Nice.
nice. And then it just sucked because like he tells me like he took the photos or whatever and then I messaged him like maybe I want to say like a few like when did I message him? No, I texted him March 29th, which was we got married the 18th. So a few days later, like a week or so. And I was like, hey, like I texted him and I got like a blocked, like he blocked me or something. And I was like, what the fuck? So I messaged him on Facebook and he's like, hey, what's up? I changed carriers. That's why like it came out like that, whatever. And then he's like, oh, I'm working on the pictures. And then he calls me and he tells me like, oh, I should have some of them ready for you like within 2 weeks.
Oh
Like
my God.
en fin de semana or whatever. So I was like, all right, cool. So le di como 3 weekends. And then I was like, okay, pues he hasn't sent me shit. So I texted him again. And then he sends me this fucking like message telling me like this voice message telling me like, well, if you look at the contract, it says that it might take me 6 weeks to 4 weeks, 4 to 6 weeks to be ready or whatever. And blah blah blah. And this and that, right? I was like, all right, whatever. Like kind of
How long
mamoncito, you
has it
know?
been? Hasn't it been a long time
No, well, he
already?
already gave me the pictures, but
But
he
no,
gave me
but
like,
when he told you that, like six
oh, that
weeks.
was in April 20th. And I was like, okay, like, so I sent them like, I was like, all right, cool, whatever. Like, I didn't even read the fucking contract, honestly, whatever.
Nobody does.
I was like, whatever. And then yeah, like it had been like after, yeah, habían pasado los 6 weeks, dude. Like, I gave him like 8 weeks or so. And then I was like, I told Monchis, hey, you better text him because I'm done talking to him. Like, I'm nice, but to a point, and I don't want to be
To a
rude to him,
point, yeah.
because
And then
I
he's being
know,
rude too.
I'm gonna be rude to him, and I know that we haven't been dick to him for him to be, because he's like, oh, I got a new job and this and that, blah blah blah. And I was telling my sister because my sister was the one that told me about him. She was like, oh, I feel bad because I told you about him, like, and now I feel bad because he's not being responsible. His like it's his job. He should fucking be responsible.
Exactly. And he
He
was
should be
already paid for it,
professional.
obviously, right?
Yeah. So then, yeah, like we ended up, well, Monchis ended up like texting him, and then he sent us like out of 3,000 photos supposedly he took, and a lot of them weren't like, he said a lot of them weren't like, he took a lot of them that weren't good or whatever. He gave us like 200 and something photos.
And did you end up talking to him after you got the pictures?
Well, I told him, is that it? Like, are those the only ones? Like, and then he's like, yeah, those are it. And I'm like, are you fucking kidding me?
I know I saw some that you posted.
Yeah, I have more, but I only posted a few.
Oh, okay.
But I mean, it was nothing worth what we.
Was I there? But
And then he didn't give us like all the family members. He didn't give us all the pictures with family members.
that sucks. But and
So,
I know you had told me the last time that we spoke that you were waiting on the picture. You're like, we have any? Oh, because you asked me for some pictures. You remember?
oh yeah, did you guys take pictures?
We well, okay. So the thing here is also, um, her. cousin, I think, was taking
Uh-huh.
pictures, but she hasn't really sent us any.
Yeah.
But she said she's gonna make like an album.
Oh, that's sweet.
But I don't want to say anything. You know what I mean? Like I don't know when we're gonna get them or what, or if we are going to. But I know there's some people took some pictures and like
Yeah.
videos, but I'm not too sure when we're gonna get them.
Never again. Never again.
Never again.
Never
And then
again.
it's like because you get married once, you know what I mean? Like it's not like you could well, you
Yes. So
can if you want it, but I mean
at least we got some pictures, but I mean it just sucks that,
that's
you
true.
know.
I were they some big pictures or were they normal size?
Well, son esos. They're just regular. Like he just send them to me through the thing,
So how
like
come
a
you didn't just send
file.
all of them?
That's why I'm like, why don't you just send me all of them?
Like
And
just
that's
transfer them all into a computer, put them all into a little USB. What's
yes.
so hard about that? Like I think, dude, I'm not a professional, but I'm sure I would have been able to do something like that. They're so
Yeah.
simple, like just oh, let me download them
Transfer
here
them.
and then transfer them into a USB card and then you can delete them.
Yeah,
Dude, and
I'm
then
telling you. And then it sucks because you're like, I don't think not like we weren't being dicks to him, you know? Like
you
it
did he
wasn't any.
invite people
No.
to you because I saw him chatting with some people.
Oh, those are Monchi's friends.
Oh, okay, because he was all
Yeah.
cool and having drinks
That's what
and
I'm saying. Like
champagne.
I don't think we were like, mamones with him. So para que se portara así, you
Para
know?
que se portara así de gacho. Like, and it's not like you were rushing him, dude. Like, obviously, nobody reads contracts.
If you tell me you took 3,000 pictures and then you only sent me 200, we kind of like,
Like, no.
okay, like I could have probably liked some of the other ones, you know? You never, I don't know.
Well, now you'll
Uh,
never know.
no, never know. What if I liked one of them and he just didn't like it, but I like it?
That's
You know what I
crazy,
mean?
dude.
It's like I would have wanted to like have the decision to be like, which
And
ones
then
do I
see, yeah, and
want?
especially because all your family and friends were there, like I'm sure you would have like
Like we
met.
didn't get a picture of Monchi's brother and my sister-in-law and all the kids. We don't have a picture of them, and it says on the contract after we read it, like you're probably not going to receive all of your, like they're not all going to make it at the for the end
But out of
result. But at the
really
same
out of
time,
3,000,
yeah, like you couldn't just give me one. Like I don't care if I came out like crap, but like I would have wanted to have that, you know?
dude. Especially like okay, like I get like when you said like oh, there's not a lot of pictures of other people. Like he could have at least thrown one in there of everyone.
Or like, hey,
You
mira, no
know what
me
I mean? At
gustó
least that.
esta porque saliste así, pero te la voy a mandar de todos modos because I don't know if you want to, or here are the fucking photos that I took and that's it. And these are the edited ones that I thought you would like, that I like the way they came out, and these are the
And
ones
these
that
are
are
the regular ones.
unedited, the regular ones, because they're pictures of you. I'm not gonna fucking keep them.
Like, why do I want them? Exact. And like I said, dude, it's not hard to put them all in a computer and just, you know what? Or even if he wouldn't have done the job on all of them, like you said, like, even if he didn't
Yeah,
want to do it and whatever, he could have at least sent them to you, dude. I
yeah,
feel like, I don't know, that's fucked up.
especially
And then
like
it's your wedding. Obviously, like, if it was his wedding, I'm sure he would have felt the same way.
let's see. Internet backs wedding photographer who deleted bride and groom's pictures. Remember we talked about that?
I,
I think because they were being dicks and they were like, "Oh no," and they didn't allow him to drink anything or whatever for like I don't know
oh,
how many
that's right.
hours.
Yeah.
And he was like, "Fuck you!" So he deleted all the pictures.
Yeah, I remember
You know
that
what
one,
I mean?
dude.
Like, so when I read that, I was like, I don't want to be that person. Like, I want whoever's gonna be there for that long. Like, I want them to feel comfortable and be drinking, and that's why we
Exactly. Like
took
at least
care of that
enjoy.
guy. So I felt like, hey, he would take care of us and be like, hey, I don't usually do this, but I took a lot of pictures of you guys. Here you go. I didn't edit all of them, but here you go.
But here you
Like let
go.
me take care of
Exactly.
you. How you took care of me, and I felt really comfortable, and blah blah blah.
And
like
like I said, he looked like he was having a good time. I mean, he
exactly. So
made
that's what I'm
friends
saying.
there.
Like, if we take care of you, like, take care of us, and that's what pisses us off more. The fact that we're like cool
Very
like that,
nice
like
too.
we're all like, like,
Like, have some
hey,
drinks. Go ahead and
hey, the
drink.
drinks are on us, and eat something, and I don't want you to, feel like you have to be taking pictures all the time. Relax or whatever. Even though he's working, but at the
Yeah.
same time, like, so I
I
felt
would have
like
loved to have worked for you. I should have taken your pictures.
you should have, but you fell asleep.
That was a good one.
Pero se
Damn.
quedó dormida también.
Estaba cansada.
Estaba
Damn.
cansada la
That
señorita.
was a big burn.
That was a good one.
That was a good one.
That
I
was
like
a
that.
good one.
I like that. I think
Boom,
that should
boom,
be one of
boom.
the opening.
Yeah.
Um, you know how you like to put the little clips.
Yeah.
I think that should be one of the opening kind of.
I think I should put it in the opening.
I think so.
And
I
be
think
like, this
so.
is so welcome. This is me welcoming Crystal back from
And
her
be like,
vacation.
bam, burn, bitch.
Boom, boom. Para que no se desacostumbre. Ay, no.
Uh,
You have proved that you fight well. Now you can join us.
Keep cuts. Wake up, check your phone. Ignore the alarm. You're still alone. Wake up, rewind the night. Who are you? But also kind of who am I? Wake up, check your phone.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of F and Adulting. My name is Lorena,
and my name is Crystal.
and her name is Crystal, and we have her back. Hi,
Yay.
Crystal.
Hi.
How was your vacation?
It was good. I worked all vacation.
I worked. There was a vacation from you guys.
It's just been crazy, dude, at work. Like some girl, I don't know what her, I mean, I don't know what's really happening with her, but she hasn't been going to work
Oh, hell
and
no.
she's not going to go back until next month. So we've been kind of hectic, like
Wow.
working and working. Oh, wow.
Hey, but there's work. That's good.
Yeah, that's a good thing. See,
Well, that's good though. But at least, I mean, now you're married, and
yeah.
now we have that like the married. What is it? Married environment. The whole
Yes.
like so many
So now I'm in a different
changes.
environment.
I when did you move out? Oh my god, what happened? How did you tell your mom? Oh, I'm
Well,
scared.
basically, like
I
I
would have
moved
been
out.
scared.
I've been living with her for a while now, actually, and then we got married. I think I was here for about 2 months, and then we got maybe a month, and then we got married
So you
because
were already living with her.
I
Oh, is
kind
she
of told my
there?
mom. Well, no, she's not here,
Oh.
but I kind of told my mom like this. It was kind of like, oh, I'm gonna go spend the night, and then I'll be
Yeah.
back, and then
And I
again I
never
will
went
go
back.
home and pick up more
And I
clothes,
never went back.
and I just never went back. No, just like no, it was. And then my mom's like, oh, pues ya te quedaste como 3 días con ella. Like, and then she's like, ¿cuándo se van a mover? And I'm like, oh, well, I'm already gonna move in with her. Like, and then she's like, oh,
Hey,
she
by
kind of,
the way, I wanted to talk to you
by
about
the
that.
way, and es que no te quería agüitar, I
You
told
brought
her.
it up since you brought it up.
Basically, that's how it went. Like, since you brought it up, I told her, luego ya le dije, no, es que si me voy a mover con ella, like, and then she was kind of sad. She was depressed for a couple of days, and
Oh,
it was hard for me too. Like I know I was depressed for a little bit, pero ya, pues ya.
pues
Y
sí,
luego,
yeah.
well, we got married on the 7th, as you know. It was pretty good.
I know. I'm sorry I couldn't make it, but it looked
It was
nice.
kind of like so
It was
last minute.
sweet. Yeah, it was quick.
Yeah.
I'm like, which one of you is pregnant? What is happening?
Dude, es que no digas nada, pero me embarazó, güey.
No, chingado, pues sí, no querías andar ahí con tu domingo 7.
Sí, dije, no quiero que
Oh.
sepa nadie, ni luego con el podcast. So.
Ay, ¿qué van a pensar de mí?
¿Qué van a pensar? So,
Weird. Did you guys write your own vows?
it was kind of like we didn't know like if we had to do that.
Yeah.
So we kind of just came up with it right away there. Do you know what I mean? Like, 'cause
Really?
he asked us, like, did you guys write something? And I was like, oh shit.
You're like,
You know what I mean? So
We had homework. Ah,
Wait, nobody said I had homework. Did you know? It was
wait,
kind of something like
mom,
that.
mom, you didn't tell me I had
Mom, why did
homework.
you tell me this? Did I ask you where to go? You knew I didn't know. It was kind of like that,
Si lo
honestly.
te enojas.
Not just playing now, but we kind of like came up with them like right away. So
Also, it was
we-
like heartfelt.
yeah, like
You
it was like
know,
at the moment, kind of,
that's
like,
good.
yeah, I was like super
Like
nervous too.
we didn't. We just recited whatever it is that you say. Which was nice too.
Yeah, ooh.
And it was funny because Monchis got all. Well, I told you right.
I saw the video when he got all
And it was funny because we were just reciting what they were telling us to say.
and then
And he
you're like,
got
okay.
really nervous. He didn't even know what to say.
Oh my god.
Uh,
¿Qué digo?
Excuse me? Yeah.
¿Qué me dices?
I missed
So
you.
I missed it too, buddy.
I
I
missed you.
did.
I had a Blanca.
I know. I was so jealous when you told me. I was like,
Ay, ay. I had
a
Blanca
ver, voy a
join
hablar con la
me.
Blanca. Le voy a decir que ya no. Ay,
Ay,
ay.
ay. Move over, Blanca. Ay, ay. I'm back.
Guys.
No, she was real sweet. And I told her we would do a segment with her with like
Mhm.
celebrity gossip, celebrity news, because that's what she
Would be
loves.
cool.
Like, you know?
Especially Johnny Depp. We can talk about that because
Oh
everybody's in.
my God. What's
Yeah.
going on with him? And actually, I just saw that, you know how he was going out with one of the models? ¿Cómo se llama? Kate, no, Kate Moss, I think. Her name's Kate Moss or whatever. And this is why we need Blanca because she knows all that.
All that stuff.
Yeah. So and then I guess they had said back in the day when he was dating Kate Moss that he had pushed her down some stairs or something. And then she came out on the trial saying that that wasn't true.
Oh,
That
okay.
he never did that. That she fell. That he had
Well,
left and
well,
she had
people when they're
fallen.
rumors, dude,
Yeah. So back in the day, that's where they kind of like started like talking about how he was a wife,
abusive.
yeah, abusive and all that, and then they would like say, even Amber, even when she was testifying or she was on the chair or whatever, she said like, something about she mentioned the Kate Moss thing, and now Kate
She's so
Moss is
annoying, dude. Not
saying,
to be a dick or anything, but I don't like her. And I've only seen a
um,
couple of like, I'm not really into like celebrity stuff, but there's been some videos that I come up with like when I'm looking through my social media, and I'm like, this girl is something else.
yeah,
She's like a total bitch. I'll dick.
I know, like that's how what I was telling Blanca. I was like, I feel bad, like if it's because I feel like it was like both of them that were in a toxic relationship,
Yeah,
because it's not only her, but it's him too, you
yeah,
know,
obviously.
because there's things that come out with him, like and ex girlfriends that they would say that he was really jealous and controlling, and maybe he was,
Yeah,
and
but who
but
isn't?
she seems
I
like she seems like she's very toxic,
she
like
does.
she would feed off of that and give him more to like,
Dude,
work him,
yeah. Like I thought it was kind of fucked up that she was recording him. Like she had
like
already
when he
planned
was
everything
talking,
out.
yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, bitch, don't try and act all innocent. Like, I don't know. I just don't like her.
Yeah, well, a lot of people don't, and I personally don't like her either. But I also feel like
Like I know it's
as a
both.
woman, I feel like I can't completely dismiss her stuff.
I think
Yeah,
she's a bullshitter. Like from
yeah.
like how she acts, like she's crying, and then all of a sudden she's like, and then like, oh, goes back to crying, and it's like, calm down. Like we
She's
all see you. We're watching. You know.
she's like overacting
I
and
don't know.
shit.
I guess that's. I don't know. But
She's thinking she's like auditioning for something,
I know she's like, oh, okay.
and I'm sad again, and I'm happy. and
And
I'm
happy.
remembering,
Oh,
and I'm
okay.
happy. I
Okay.
stupid. And then Johnny, like, I mean, Johnny is a cutie, He's
He's
such
just
a
Johnny.
sweet.
Like,
So today, I had other plans of talking about other stuff, but since yesterday we had the horrible news that, what happened in Uvalde. On May 24, 2022, 18-year-old Salvador Rolando Ramos fatally shot 19 students and two teachers and wounded 17 other people at Robb Elementary School in Uvalde, Texas. He had recently shot his grandmother in the forehead at home, severely wounding her. According to calls to law enforcement beginning at around 11:20 a.m. local time, the gunman shot his grandmother at her home. Before heading towards the school in a large dark truck, he crashed his vehicle in a ditch near the small campus. The mass shooting comes just 10 days after a white gunman opened fire at a Tops supermarket in a black neighborhood in Buffalo, New York. 10 people were killed in that incident. It's just so aggravating to me. Like, I feel like this shouldn't be happening anymore, It shouldn't happen at all, but
just keeps
it just
happening,
seems
dude.
like
Like,
it keeps happening
didn't
happening more often.
I don't even want to think, dude, about the parents of those
And
kids. I
then
mean, thinking that their kids are gonna be safe at school, and then you receive a call that there's a shooter. Like,
no, and even then, like they were waiting outside because they haven't heard anything about their child. They don't know if they're dead or alive. They have no, they have no news. And a lot of people were posting, a lot of parents were posting on Facebook, "Have you seen my child?" And then they would hear the news that, they were one of the victims.
so many, dude. Like, it's been,
It's just like you can't even keep track anymore, like of how many fucking times and how often it happens. That like how everything was. There was a picture of on social media where it had like a little cycle of how it happens. Like oh, a shooting, and then everybody's sending prayers, and then talking shit, and then it just kind of repeats itself over and over and
yeah,
over. That's all that nothing ever changes.
yeah, dude. And it's crazy because the sad part is that it's become like a cycle. You
Yes.
know what I mean? And it's like, I don't know, dude. Like, when is it gonna stop? Like, I don't remember when I was young that we ever had to worry about things like this.
It sucks
So
because
sad.
because it comes down to the how easily they're accessible, guns, and they're not just regular guns, they're like semi-automatic guns that shouldn't
Exactly.
really be available to just anybody, like first of
Exactly.
all, there should be like honestly, there should be like a really extensive background check for you to even have a gun because I feel like if you should, respect, and it's like a responsibility to own a gun.
It
Not
is.
anybody should be able to own a gun because not everybody is capable of that responsibility.
And not everybody has the right mind to have a
Exactly.
gun. You know what I mean?
And even
So,
when they do, when they have it, how many accidents have happened when you have a gun at home and the kids get involved and they go in, because they get
and grab
curious.
it, and then something bad happens.
And I know
Exactly.
people are like, well, yeah, it's protection. And, if someone breaks in, like, you have protection and you have a gun. Well, yeah, but at the same time, like,
Like,
it's
nowhere to have it, nowhere to stash it.
that's what I'm saying. It's a big
No.
responsibility. I know it's in the Second Amendment that, we have the right to bear arms. But at the
Yeah.
same time, I feel like we have the right to see our children grow and to to protect our children and our just protect human citizens because they're like fucking you can't even go to the grocery store without being you know
Like, having that in the back of your head.
yes,
Like,
you
what if
can't be
somebody comes
comfortable
in?
anywhere. Yeah, because what if it happened in Buffalo where someone went and shot.
Sure, at Walmart, dude.
And it
Like,
was targeted, yeah, like it was like a racial thing. This
That
one,
one
it
was
was.
targeted. I heard they were targeting African Americans.
Hmm. Yeah. So it's just insane. I feel really bad, and I was looking up. So I know that there was some injured victims that were still being treated, and they were transferred here to San Antonio. And it says officials at University Memorial Hospital at Uvalde confirmed two individuals were dead on arrival. They offer no additional details about the deceased. 13 children were transported to the hospital, two of whom have been transferred to facilities in San Antonio, more than 80 miles away. The 66-year-old woman and a 10-year-old girl were also airlifted to University Hospital in San Antonio. And the 66-year-old was the shooter's grandmother.
Oh yeah,
Yeah. So um, there's also the first victim of the Texas school massacre had been named as a 44-year-old special ed teacher. As it was released, her police officer husband held an active shooter drill at an Uvalde High School just 2 months ago. Her name was Eva Mireles, the teacher, and her
yeah.
husband, I think he was an officer, or he's an officer, and he was doing school drills, like if anybody,
If
goes
anything
in.
happens,
Yeah,
yeah.
like just 2 months ago. And yeah, like it's just insane, like because nobody's safe, nobody. And it sucks because instead of like passing a law like gun control, you're like having to, hey, teachers, teach your children how to protect themselves and how to hide and how to,
Exactly.
use this as a barricade in case and lock your doors and, close your windows because instead of actually focusing on what the fucking problem is, no, let's just go around it and
Let's just
figure
see,
something
teach
out.
everyone. Yeah,
Oh, you guys go ahead. We'll just keep taking money in from fucking gun lobbyists and gun companies and because they're helping my campaigns and they're paying for everything. It's not affecting me, But and that's what pisses me off because once it becomes personal to you, that's when it becomes a problem. Since it hasn't happened to them, they don't fucking give a fuck because it's not their children. It's not their, even though like it should be, they should feel for their people, it's your fucking, you're the senator, you're the fucking, you're
exactly.
your Congress people, you should feel for your fucking
I
people.
think,
They're like
like
in
I
a little
honestly,
nutshell.
I honestly think, like you were saying earlier, if you're gonna have the law where everybody can get a gun, I think, yeah, you're right. Like look into the person more. Do a research and then go ahead and sell. You know what I mean? If it's something that you need to do, like if they feel like they should be selling, weapons or whatever, like you're right. Do research on the person. Like, are they mentally stable? Honestly, like if you want a gun, I think you should probably go through stuff like that.
You should have an
Because there's a
extensive.
bunch of, and then dude, these are like young kids, dude.
I know, and
Like
they're
if
all
you think about
young.
it, they're all young kids.
They're 20 something, 18,
18,
17.
17, exactly, dude.
And it's
And it's like,
because like how the hell are they, like that's the thing, like how do they have access to the, and they're not just any guns, they're fucking, they're there to aim to kill massive amounts of people, not
of
just
people, yeah,
one.
just
They're not
one, it's
just,
a lot. And
yeah.
anybody, like they're not, dude, and these are kids too. Like that's some fucked up shit.
Yeah, so it's insane. Um there's a convention set in the convention center exhibit hall buzz with activity Tuesday as staffers arrange guns and gear from across the rifle industry over roughly 14 acres. Ticket booths beckon visitors, as did the gun rights advocacy group's website. Basically, they're Trump, Cruz, and Abbott still set to speak at the NRA meeting in Houston days after Uvalde mass shooting. So basically, they're going to this exhibit were held by the NRA. And it's just insane. After this shooting, they're still gonna go and speak on like gun enthusiasts and when it says make plans now to join fellow Second Amendment patriots for a freedom-filled weekend for the entire family as we celebrate freedom, firearms, and the Second Amendment. That website said. Can you believe the fucking? Oh God, I'm telling you.
Stupid, dude. I don't
Um,
even.
Chrissy Teigen, which is a celebrity, she posted this on Instagram and she captioned it, "Loving guns this much is fucking weird. It's not normal. It's not fun for the whole family. It's fucking weird. Fuck everyone going to this meeting. Fuck the convention center for holding it. But most of fucking all, fuck everyone speaking at it for amplifying and tooting this gun loving psychosis as something associated with freedom and fun. To be clear, it's weird and you're fucking weird." So
Dude, it is,
it
especially for the
is.
family. Like, why?
It's like,
This
yeah,
is
let's
crazy, dude. Like,
celebrate.
there's gonna be so many kids there who think it's gonna be okay. You know what I mean? Like,
And I'm not saying like it's not that we're saying
I
don't
don't.
love guns, but it's weird to be so enthusiastic and like, oh, it's fun for the whole family and we're gonna go celebrate this after this happened,
This happened, yeah. It just
It's
doesn't look right.
it doesn't look
Oh,
right.
dude,
And
it's
it
crazy, dude.
doesn't look right and they just don't give a fuck, I'm telling you. This these people don't give a fuck. And it's sad because a lot of people don't see it that way. They're just like, and I'm telling you because they're not personally affected,
So they don't.
so they don't give a fuck.
It doesn't affect them. Yeah, you're
They're
right.
in a
So then
bubble. They're like, oh well, it hasn't personally touched me and my family and my little world, so I don't
they're
care
like,
really.
kids, come on, let's go to the convention.
Yeah, let's go wear our red, white, and blue, and be.
Go look at some guns.
Let's go celebrate our Second Amendment of insane. And I was actually looking into mass shootings in the U.S. from 1982 through 2022. And this is from a Statista Research Department. This is from May 25th, 2022. As of May 24th, there were three mass shootings in the U.S. states or in the United States in 2022. This is compared to one mass shooting in 1982, one in 2000, and 12 mass shootings in 2018. So one mass shooting in 1982, one in 2000, and then in 2018, 12 mass shootings. And I was wondering, I'm like, what changed from 2000 to 2018? And then Montes is like, because we were talking about it. He's like, well, social media, babe. Back in the day, in 2000, it was like MySpace. And I'm like, yeah, we had MySpace, but MySpace was like nothing compared to what we have now?
Yeah, like
I'm like, what changed? Like that's insane? From 2000 to
that
2018 and
makes a
then
lot of sense though. Like he's right.
and like it says school shootings, the United States sees the most school shootings in the world. Some motivations for school shootings include depression, seeking revenge, and bullying. As a result of the large amount of hold on, school shootings, gun control has become a central topic of the U.S. politics. This widespread problem happens across the United States. However, California saw the highest number of K-12 school shootings in the United States since 1970. However, the deadliest school shooting as of May 2022 was the Virginia Tech massacre in 2007. This tragedy left 33 dead and 17 injured. And it's insane because the US has the most school shootings.
It's,
And we're just talking about school shootings or mass shootings.
it's sad, dude. It honestly is sad.
It's not that we have to be going through this shit and then that all we can offer is prayers and grieving with you. But Like there's so many things that like I know that they have a lot of like campaigns or a lot of like gun prevention or prevent gun violence campaigns or places where you can donate,
Yeah.
for them to like stop Congress from passing the ban again, because I know that I mean, it's been talked about this, but they just ignore it and just kind of like,
Yeah.
they focus on more important things like controlling the women's body and not saying gay
Oh
or talking
yeah,
about,
dude.
fucking pronouns and shit in school, which apparently that's more important to them, than actual fucking something that'll make a change and a difference.
Just man, even do like even just a big step would be like maybe if they don't wanna like change the whole gun control, they should probably just do like an age. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? Like kind of like smoking.
Well,
Like you gotta
yeah.
be 21 years, year old to go ahead and buy cigarettes or alcohol. You know what I mean? Like that's something that they should look into also. If they don't wanna, stop with the guns and everything, like I think maybe an age group
Yeah.
because it seems like they're just a bunch of kids, dude. Like honestly, like there's just a bunch of kids who don't know what the fuck.
I saw something it's from Women's Mental Health Doc. This is America, where 14 children and one teacher can be gunned down in school, where 10 black people are shot dead in a supermarket by a white supremacist, where mothers and families cannot feed their babies due to a nationwide shortage of formula, where women in many states will soon lose substantive control over their bodies, and the people who hold power shrug. Businesses carries on as usual. This is America. Can you believe that? And it's sad because everything's true.
It is, dude.
All of that is true, and you can like say, and
Oh, it's
people
not true because it is. What's wrong with people? Like I don't remember it being like that when I was younger. Is what I'm saying. Like, and yeah, now that you right now, like I never really thought about it, but since you and Montes were talking about it, and then when you said that, like it's true.
well, yeah, because now there's so many. I mean, there's so much depression going on. There's so much bullying. There's so much. I mean, there's bullying. There's been bullying at when we were young and stuff. But I think there's this. This is in another level because it's not only when you're in school, but now when you're out of school, when you're online, because now you have access to being online, and the
And
bullying
bullying,
continues there.
yeah,
And the depression continues there because we have it on Instagram, we have TikTok, we have personalities, and we have influencers, and everybody wants to be like somebody else, and they compare themselves, and now depression comes in, and you feel like you're not worth it, and then you want to kill yourself, and you want to take everybody with you, and it's just so much crap that we didn't you didn't hear that before. And when Montes mentioned it, because now everything's on the now, like everybody knows what's going on because of
because
online,
of
because
that,
everything's so accessible. And back in the day, we didn't hear about stuff unless they made it like
yeah, exactly. Like oh, the news or TV. I think
nationwide.
that was the only thing. It was TV for us. You know what I mean? And it's just turned into something,
Like there's always been bad things that have happened, but I feel
but
like
not like
now it's
this, dude.
more like
This is like at
nah,
another level, dude. It's
yeah.
crazy.
So Matthew McConaughey, he's from Uvalde. That's his hometown. So he put the true call to action now is for every American to take a longer and deeper look in the mirror and ask ourselves, what is it that we truly value? How do we repair the problem? We cannot exhale once again, make excuses and accept these tragic realities as the status quo. End quote. So that was, part of what he said, but it's true. I mean, it just sucks. It sucks because
Does, dude.
we can't, and like I'm telling you, it's like in a cycle that's going around. It's like, oh yeah, we heard about a shooting. And then it's like, oh, everybody, you give your condolences or whatever. And you like, oh, prayers for you and blah, blah, blah. And then there's a debate on gun control. And then nothing happens. And then again, the same shit happens over and over and over again.
Exactly.
Like
And
nothing
it's
is
every
being
time
changed.
that something like this, it's always something. Like every time they start talking about something like that, dude, something happens. Like it's crazy, dude. Though, like you shouldn't even be happening. Like honestly, like oh my,
I don't know. It's
sad, dude.
just like they say, oh, gun control is not going to do anything. Okay, so try it. How about just try it and see if it does do
Let's
something?
see what
Let's
happens.
just
Yeah,
try it out. How about we already saw what happens when you don't try it out. Let's try it out and see what happens then.
and see what happens then. Yeah.
Somebody tweeted this. Thanks for the thoughts and prayers. I'll just leave this here. After Ted Cruz posted, Heidi and I are fervently lifting up in prayer the children and families in the horrific shooting in Uvalde. We are in close contact with local officials, but the precise details are still unfolding. Thank you to heroic law enforcement and first responders for acting so swiftly. And then somebody responded to that. Thanks for the thoughts and prayers. I'll just leave this here. And then it's like a freaking like a list, like, and
Shit.
it's like top 20 congressional recipients of gun rights money in 2016. And the first one, the top one is Ted Cruz, and he got $360,727,000 from them. Yeah.
Oh,
So, and they're all Republicans. Marco Rubio, Paul Ryan, Ron Johnson, 176,000, 171,000, 165,000 that they've gotten from
just
gun
from
lobbyists.
guns.
Yeah, so a ellos no le conviene, like
No, dude, yeah, sí,
no
but
les
es que no les
conviene, güey.
conviene, no van a hacer nada, dude. Like,
Yeah, it's like it sucks because you're run by that instead of like you're there to help the people, not to help yourself, and
not
that's
to help yourself exactly. And that's what they're doing, dude. Just
and it's
helping
always
themselves.
and it just sucks because it refocuses again and again. We're focused on the fact that it's always them looking out for themselves, not the people. Not They're not there to do their job.
They're not.
It's sad.
It is sad, dude.
As of May 27, 2022, these are the 21 lives lost. McKenna Lee Elrod, 10 years of age. Layla Salazar, 11 years of age. Miranda Mathis, 11. Nevea Bravo, 10. Jose Manuel Flores Jr., 10. Xavier Lopez, 10. Tess Marie Mata, 10. Rogelio Torres, 10. Elena Ali Amaya Garcia, 9. Elena A. Torres, 10. Annabelle Guadalupe Rodriguez, 10. Jackie Casares, 9. Uzia Garcia. Jace Carmelo Luevanos, 10. Maite Yulena Rodriguez, 10. Jayla Nicole Silguero, 10. Irma Garcia, 48. Eva Mireles, 44. Amory Joe Garcia, 10. Alexandra Lexi Anaya Rubio, 10. Alithia Ramirez, 10.
Time to be alive. Start a podcast, become a DJ. Try and fill the void inside. I'd be lying if I didn't say that sounds nice. Wake up, check your phone, but the battery's died.